Hi everyone, thank you for watching Limitless channel. If you will watch this video till the end, you will understand how much it could cost to you to start Amazon FBA business in 2020. Now it's important to understand that the numbers really depends on the amount you want to invest and on the time you want to invest. If you have a significant amount you can invest to this business, the amount you can start will be different. If you want to start small, then it's still okay, but it will take a longer time. So I remember when I started, I was doing the pictures myself, I was doing some editing myself, but definitely this is no-go because the higher quality pictures you have, the more professional they were edited, it will bring you more money in future. So it really depends on your position and the way you want to start. Obviously the biggest cost that you will have is Amazon seller account. It costs about $40-45, depends on the country, depends where you're located, and some people are saying it's it's tough to pay it. I actually had people commenting in previous videos saying that it's too much. I mean, if you cannot afford $40, then I do not advise you to start Amazon business at all. There are a couple things that you can do. Some people are having the free seller account. I used to have one. You can just activate Pro Seller, then ask them to cancel it. You will still have the access to your dashboard. Actually, there are many things that professional account has which normal seller account does not have. One of them is that you can restrict the selling in the places like Hawaii, I believe, Alaska, and some other places, which it will cost you a ton to ship the products there. And in professional account, you can have an option just to put those territories and mark them as you're not selling there. In the United States, it's cost $39.99 per month, and when you will be receiving the payouts from Amazon, they will just deduct that amount. It's not going to be like a separate charge. Another thing that you have to spend money on, and I think it's important, is a logo. You can get a cheap design and Fiverr or Upwork, but this is like if you're planning a long-term private label business, I really advise you to invest in your logo because you will just use it for your lifetime. I don't mean that you have to invest a crazy amount in your logo, but some people are searching for free logos on Google and just taking them, and it's like you can grow your Amazon business to the point where you will have like a steady income of like 20,000 to 30,000 per month, and not investing in logo and just going and buying like a $5 logo. It will sooner or later make you change your mind about that. I mean, you will have to get the logo that works your business. Another important thing is to package your product professionally. I mean, if you're just shipping the goods from China and selling them like that on Amazon, sooner or later you will get a bad review for that. So I advise you to have like a professional packaging. You can also buy that on Fiverr or Upwork. People do it. It's artwork. Normally, like good package design can cost around 100 and 150, but you have to understand that you will have that for entire business time that you will be doing that business. Also, it's important to have your samples before you will ship them to Amazon, just to understand how good they are, if they are genuine. You have to understand that the people on Alibaba, they are not always original sellers. So most of the time, if your product requires unique design or something like this, the sellers on Alibaba might not understand you. So that's, the sellers that are not actual producers might not understand what you're trying to say. And that might cause big troubles in future. So what I advise instead is just to have your product shipped to you first, to do some examination, to understand if you're dealing with actual producer. If not, I do not advise to work with the people who are middlemen, because you will sooner or later probably conduct a trip to China to see the manufacturing. If you're a nerd like me, because I'm interested in everything that I do, I'm trying to understand the whole process, and in this case it's pretty useful to sell the sample, to get the samples first yourself. And most of the time I didn't see any sample that they could ship for free, so you will have to pay for that. Keep in mind that you will also need to ship your product from your overseas, so you will have to also pay the shipping fee. Back in the day, lots of suppliers used to ship free product, but there are lots of people who are just trying to get a free product. That's why they stopped doing this, I think. and now to get a free product they charge you a very small amount, but you still have to pay for that. I strongly advise you to get at least 5 different suppliers samples, because you will have to choose the best among those. Another important thing is to take a professional photos. Now if you won't take professional photos, you can still sell, but I guarantee you will have much less sales, and it's just smarter to do nice and professional photos. You can always do your photos yourself with a camera and then Photoshop it, but it still won't deliver the same result as if they were took by professional sellers. Now it's important to understand that Amazon guidelines actually do not allow you to have anything else on the first picture that you will be showing to the customers. Sometimes it's not being followed by all sellers, but sooner or later if someone will complain on the product, they can just ban you for a certain time or take your product out. And this will cost you pretty much, because you still will have to pay Amazon fees, which are the storage fee and the shipping fee and everything else. So I really advise you to be prepared for that. Now considering all this, it can cost about all services that I just mentioned, it can cost about 500 plus, maybe more. Some people charge for professional pictures like for about 300, 400, 500 sometimes, so the only pictures could cost that much. Another important thing is obviously the cost of the product itself. So it can cost anywhere from $1 up to like $30-50. Obviously when you're just starting, I do not advise to start with a product that costs more. The cheaper product cost, the easier it will be for you. And it's also important to have your product not to be very heavy and have a less volume, because it will cost to also storage it in Amazon and ship it. The heavier products always cost more to ship. It is smartest to start with a product that costs under $30, and in this case your fees might my advice is to have enough product to ship at your first shipment, because when you're out of storage your ranking goes low, so it's really hard to gain that ranking back. So it really depends on your product price. Alright folks, so it's getting dark here. I will do the second part of the video. Let me know in comments if you like it, and see you on the second part.